companions, for this expedition I travelled through the middle world for 5 days. And I've already written a story about it for you. But it is a place that's so rich in idiosyncrasies and surprises and charms that I thought I'd rant on a little bit more about it. So here's one more story about the middle world. I hope you enjoy.
This is a typical little middle world town. One passes through many of them, and one hardly notices, but each has got its own dusty charm. And this is a general dealer where I got a Coke Light, cold, and I filled my Land Cruiser with petrol that I had to pump from a drum. I often find quite modern machinery in the middle world, but when they break down, they're not fixed. They're just left where they broke, and they become part of the scenery. Transport in the middle world is scarce, so if any vehicle runs, it is loaded to the maximum, and there's absolutely no regard for the weight limitations. As long as there's more space, more can be loaded on, even if it's tied on top or on the sides. And of course, the inevitable happens, breakdowns. And this is a serious one. The whole rear axle seemed to have come off. Sometimes these incidents block the road and one has to help with the repair to get past. And then, of course, one has to revert back to the traditional form of transport. These oxen are like horses. They steer with a thong through the septum of the nose, and I've seen them trot and gallop in front of their little wagon. And then, of course, there are the bicycles, which are innovatively adapted to become load-carrying vehicles. Again, far beyond their original design capacity. Now, the roads of the middle world are a story all by itself. Just look at this beautiful bridge, constructed, of course, from wood that was chopped around. And sometimes rivers have to be crossed. And then there's a ferry, in this case, taking 4 passengers with their 4 bicycles. Of course, commerce is alive and well, even in this dusty little street. And here is a roadside restaurant and another fast food outlet and a roadside convenience store, actually a series of them. And what about a scrap iron dealer? This guy is a concrete aggregate manufacturer and merchant. He makes concrete aggregate by chopping big rocks into smaller and smaller ones, which he then grades into heaps and sells. He uses up a 6-pound hammer every 2 or 3 weeks or so. And a roadside tire repair shop. They actually can repair tires. I've tried them once or twice. And here, the Forum for Evened Out Control of HIV and AIDS, Fetch. Seems like an association for AIDS prevention. But what the hell? They also sell typing and business plans and photocopying. And you've got to love the way the middle world perceives and interprets the modern world. How the people here fiercely strive to be modern and cool, and how that manifests in their shops and little businesses and the way they behave themselves and their mannerisms and the way they dress. It's sometimes amusing, sometimes charming, almost always sad. But it is something that I enjoy experiencing. It's special. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you'll join me again next week. Goodbye.